right, good Friday morning, everyone. It is June the 9th. Welcome to KSAT News Now. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been able to hang out with you guys. I think maybe like 2 weeks or so. It's been a little while. I know Stephen Cavazos held down the fort earlier this week, but glad to be back with you guys again on KSAT News Now. You can check us out on all of our digital platforms, audio platforms as well. Make sure to like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. Yes, we still have the podcast, okay? So make sure you check that out everywhere that you get your podcast. And I see a familiar face over there, Priscilla Cataman. She's hanging out with us today. Hi, Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla stepping into the booth a little bit for Haley. So we have some good stuff coming up here, including Mia. She's hanging out. She's going to talk to us a little bit about weather and mosquitoes. Yes, well, we have a mosquito alert that we need to let everyone know about. And if you've spent any time outdoors the past couple of days, then you know that it is definitely something that a lot of people are paying close attention to. So yeah, we're going to talk weather and other big things coming up here. But we do start off with some serious news here. And this was a very scary situation this morning and overnight for San Antonio police officers after a call for a shooting ended up with officers hiding for their lives. And as you can see here from some of this video, these cars, these SAPD units were just riddled with bullets from gunfire. So here is what happened. Here's reportedly what took place here. So according to police, they got a call for gunfire at an apartment complex on Raybon Drive near Eisenhower Road earlier today, this morning. When officers arrived on the scene, they actually found themselves under a constant barrage of gunfire.
We stood in his doorway and fired 40 rounds into that vehicle. The officer had taken cover behind a dumpster, and then when the other cars showed up, he continued to fire at them.
All right, so intense situation there, and you just heard there from San Antonio Police Chief William McManus. So a total of 5 police cars were struck by gunfire. Now, thankfully, no officers were injured in this shooting or this altercation, this incident. Police say that the situation ended after SWAT fired tear gas into an apartment that they went inside of. And once they were in there, they found the shooter and another man dead in what they believe to be a murder-suicide. At this time, the motive is unknown, and we're still working to get more information on this story. Katrina Rebler has been following this for us on this Friday morning. Okay, moving on to some big national news here, and we're following the indictment here of former President Donald Trump. So this morning, Trump is declaring that his innocence here in a new video calling the federal indictment related to his handling of classified information, quote, a hoax. Trump's lawyer saying that, actually speaking to CNN and saying that his team had yet to see the actual indictment as of last night and had only received a summons for Trump to appear for an arraignment Tuesday in a federal courtroom in Miami. So last year, you may remember this, the FBI seized more than 100 documents with classified markings from Mar-a-Lago, along with 43 empty folders with classified banners after Trump failed to comply with a subpoena to return the records. So the former president here, Trump, has claimed that everything there was declassified.
I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly.
All right, so still a lot to go through here. So if convicted, Trump faces years in prison in this latest case. But get this, even if that does take place, there's nothing in the Constitution that would stop him for running for president. All right, so we talk about these guys. If you're just watching these things, yeah, not a fan of these mosquitoes. Skeeters, yeah, anyway, they're definitely here, and it is a mosquito season, and Metro Health says that they're obviously seeing an uptick in the bugs in our community, and it's important to be aware when the mosquitoes are around, obviously, because they can carry some deadly diseases like West Nile virus. There are a few things that you can do to protect yourself against them. So according to Metro Health here, make sure you remove any standing water around your home. That's usually where mosquitoes usually lay their eggs. Want to make sure to do that. Avoid the use of perfume or cologne while working outside. Okay, good information there. Use insect repellent. Always very important when you're outside or outdoors. And mosquito-proof your home by keeping screens on windows and doors closed. So we have a full article here. Our guy Ben Spicer posted this a little while ago talking about mosquito prevention. He's giving me a thumbs up here. Yeah. Mia joins me now on the set, and man, these mosquitoes, this is crazy. I mean, I know the rain has been good.
Right, so I was doing a little bit of light reading beforehand on mosquitoes and rain. And it's kind of a double-edged sword because rain Obviously, you know, mosquitoes like wet and warm climates. So yeah, if we have standing puddles, things like that, they could be attracted to that kind of thing. But at the same time, with some standing bodies of water, if mosquitoes have already laid their eggs, the raindrops can destroy them.
Oh, okay.
So,
interesting.
anyways,
Yeah.
it's a give and the take.
It's a
but
catch-22 for
yes,
sure. Yeah.
but of course, yeah, rain creates a lot of
Yeah.
wet, just soggy conditions,
Right,
and
yeah.
mosquitoes like that kind of thing. Unfortunately, I don't like mosquitoes, that's for sure. And I have seen them out and about, so that's not great. But speaking of warm, how about hot? Because that is going to be the theme this afternoon, and the day after that, and the day after that, and even into next week as well. We are looking at a stretch of warmer, hotter than average days here in San Antonio. So here's a look at this Friday. We are wrapping up the work week on a very, very warm note. You can see later on this afternoon, highs are expected to reach for the upper 90s here in San Antonio. We're going to see plenty of sunshine out there this afternoon, helping those temperatures crank up. Maybe a very stray shower. You've got about a 10% chance this afternoon. Should not be like what we saw yesterday out there in northeastern Bexar County. Take a look at your futurecast. So later on tonight by about 9 to 10 o'clock, once again, we're going to have to monitor our far western counties closer to the Rio Grande. Maybe a decaying complex of storms coming off of the mountains of Mexico, weakening as they do track into our far western counties. But it's possible that we find a few showers and a couple of rumbles out that way again late tonight and into the early morning hours of our Saturday before we really start to calm things down a bit more as we head into the first half of the day. And really, for the most part, your Saturday is going to be quiet. It's going to be hot. Temperatures once again in the mid to upper 90s. But as we head into Saturday evening, by about 8, 9 o'clock, maybe across southern Edwards Plateau, approaching the hill country in our viewing area, once again, a little disturbance could help fire up a few thunderstorms. Once again, should be weakening as they track eastward. I think for your Saturday night and into early Sunday morning, the better bet for finding strong storms is really east of our area, closer to the Brazos Valley area, stretching back over to Houston, areas east of I-35. So really the big thing and the big story into the weekend, into next week especially, is going to be the heat. This is a look at your forecast high temperatures. Check this out. 96 tomorrow, 99 on Sunday. And then yes, as we head into next week, as of right now, it's looking like each day we do have the potential to hit the triple digits. So when you factor in the moisture and the humidity on top of those already hot air temperatures, feels like temperatures, what it feels like to your body when you step outside, could definitely climb well above that. So big messaging here over the next couple of days is stay hydrated out there. Keep your sunscreen handy. I know it's great pool weather, but of course UV index is going to be high, which means you can get a sunburn very quickly being outside if you're not protecting yourself. So yes, sunscreen, water, just all of those heat safety precautions, because RJ, I think it's safe to say with this 7-day forecast, summer's pretty much here in full force.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely right there on our doorstep. And okay, so not a fan of mosquitoes, also not a fan of triple-digit
Heat.
days. Yeah, but we know that's part of these states. Obviously, that's going to be something that we're going to keep in mind for sure. So yeah, you mentioned sunscreen. I never leave home without it now.
Same.
It's a must.
Same. It's always just kind of good to have
Yeah.
in your car if you're just briefly gonna head outside for a little while.
And good idea about the pool. I do like that. That may be some
Got some pool plans now, I guess.
Definitely, yes. All right, so moving a little bit ahead, and of course the State Fair of Texas is still months away, but we now know, we learned this morning, some of the performers that will be there this year on stage, and some of these names, they might be new to you, but some are kind of some OG acts, some that you may be familiar with, and some of those performers include CeeLo Green, very cool, like that. Bowling for Soup. They are,
Bowling for Soup.
Thank you. Okay, so you're familiar.
Yes.
Okay, they are North Texas.
1985.
Yes, North Texas rock royalty. Always put on a great show. Little John, how about that? Little John's gonna be hanging out at the State Fair. Red jumpsuit apparatus. Oh, okay. Snap your fingers.
Priscilla with the Little John.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we have the State Fair that's going to be taking place from September 29th all the way through the month of October. Always a huge event for everyone here in the entire state of Texas. You can see the full list of performers and when they will perform right there on KSAT.com. All right, you got a little snap. There you go. You didn't hear that, but Robert Flowers gave us a very nice Little John,
fun over there.
impersonation. All right, guys. All right, as Mia mentioned, just make sure to stay hydrated, stay cool, stay away from the mosquitoes if possible.
Yeah.
Some very, very informative stuff on our website, ksat.com there, to make sure you stay safe from those little buggers, I guess.
Pesky skeeters.
Yeah, pesky skeeter out there. All right, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next